Malaysia has real problems: rising prices, wages that barely move, young people unable to afford homes, businesses struggling to survive. Yet somehow there is another national issue that refuses to disappear: second wives. And last week, the Prime Minister, Anwar Ibrahim, may have accidentally explained why second wives have become a status symbol. His concern was not marriage. His concern was public money meant for business growth becoming a tool for personal status. But his mention of the second wife has opened a much bigger conversation about what society chooses to celebrate. According to the Prime Minister, some people receive government business loans and then immediately buy luxury cars, rent expensive offices, and crucially, take a second wife. Which raises one very important question. What kind of business plan is that? Imagine an intern asking his boss, "Sir, what will you do with the financing?" And the boss answers, "Well, first an SUV, and then an executive chair, and then I'd like to double my household expenses." It sounds absurd, it sounds ridiculous. But if the Prime Minister is right, then some men have mistaken a business loan for a lifestyle upgrade. But then something strange happened. Last year in Moscow, the same Prime Minister joked with the Russian President, Vladimir Putin, about second wives. Putin pointed at 3 royal chairs. Who's the third chair for? And the Prime Minister, Anwar, smiled. The second wife. Everyone laughed. Putin laughed. Officials laughed. The delegation laughed. Which tells us something. In Malaysia, second wives are apparently both a national social problem and diplomatic entertainment. And that's where everything falls apart. So which is it? A warning or a punchline? Perhaps you should ask the first wives. I doubt many of them will laugh, because they are usually the punchline. Except this is not a comedy show. There are unpaid bills, abandoned responsibilities, and children caught in the middle. They are the ones living with the consequences. Nobody talks about unpaid child support. Nobody talks about fathers dividing money they don't have. Nobody talks about children watching one family become 2, while adults call it tradition. Some men invoke religion as though permission is all that matters. They forget the responsibilities that come with it. So let's be honest. Some men dream about 2 wives, but they can barely afford broadband, or the school fees, or next month's electricity bill, or even their mother's hospital bill. But apparently, wife number 2 is the investment strategy. At this point, they don't need another marriage certificate. They need an accountant. Polygamy is not supposed to be about desire alone. The religious principle is clear. If a man takes more than 1 wife, he must treat them equally. Equal time, equal care, equal responsibility. And that is the part many men conveniently forget. They remember the permission, they forget the responsibility. Next year, Bank Negara can publish the National Second Wife Confidence Index alongside inflation and GDP and emotional damage. Powerful men may joke about second wives because powerful men rarely pay the highest price. women do, especially the first wives. Children do too, especially those caught between two families. People always say, "Relax lah, it's only a joke." No. Jokes tell us what a society accepts. And maybe that's the saddest part. Even when leaders criticize second wives, they still laugh about them because somewhere beneath the speeches, beneath the religious language, beneath all the explanations, many still see it as a badge of success. Not a broken family, not abandoned children, not unpaid bills, not emotional damage. Success. So until that changes, nothing else will. The speeches will continue, the jokes will continue, the excuses will continue, and once again, women will carry the burden. Children will carry the confusion. While the men, they will carry on laughing. And maybe that's the real problem. Not the second wife, but the fact that somewhere along the way, having a second wife became something to admire instead of something that demanded extraordinary responsibility. The Prime Minister said some men used business loans to buy luxury cars, rent expensive offices, and take a second wife. Maybe that wasn't just an example. Maybe it reveals something deeper about what our society still chooses to reward. What do you think? Has Malaysia normalized something that should never have become normal? Please tell me in the comments below. Thank you. If you like my videos, please press like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please also visit my Patreon channel if you wish to sponsor me. Thank you.